Hi everyone, welcome to this 30-day program for your spiritual awakening and personal power journey. And today we are looking at spiritual and energy vampires. Anytime we try and put a new plan of action in place that helps us change, grow, transform, feel happier and healthier, there will be those things in our environment that can get in the way or block that even our progress. So today I wanted to look at energy vampires and protecting your space and how to recognize and shield your energy. So the card that I'm going to pull up will be the Seven of Pentacles. So bear with me because I'm trying it a different way. So there we go. So here we have the Seven of Pentacles, and this card symbolizes that we need to have patience and careful cultivation. And it reminds you, just as you tend to a garden, so true, you must guard your energetic garden. This card reminds you to evaluate where your energy is going and how to protect yourself from energy drains. Are you investing your time and spirit wisely? So the affirmation that goes with this card, the Seven of Pentacles, which has been chosen to help us think about this topic, is I honor my energy and protect my boundaries. I am safe and whole. And like with the other sessions that I've done on this, I will leave the affirmation and the journal prompts below so that you can go deeper. So we're tuning into one of the most vital practices and ways of thinking on the spiritual journey. But it's not just a spiritual journey, it's just journey in life in general, when we are needing to either reflect on where we're at and implementing changes. And I did that video on how we do that and the chemicals involved. We've also got to look at what can disrupt us from achieving our goals and moving forward in a way that works for us. So like our physical space, your energetic space needs clear boundaries. Toxic people, environments, or even negative thought patterns can act like energy vampires. So there are a lot of people who will say that when they spend time with certain people, they feel drained, they feel negative, they might even feel angry. And the better way to sort of figure out whether it's you or someone else is the more you practice feeling calm and still and in your own energy, the more you'll notice when that shifts, either when you get a call or spend time with a particular person, or doing something that also has an impact like that. So this is where that idea, that language comes from: toxic people, environments, or even negative thought patterns. Negative thoughts in your head are all energy vampires. They rob us of that energy and slowly drain your life force. And we don't always notice it straight away, but as we change and grow, sometimes we become more aware of these things. So the Seven of Pentacles asks you to pause and assess, where are you investing your energy? So if you wrote down or even put in a circle every aspect of your life that you give some energy to, you give people lifts, you take the kids to school, cook, you do housework, you've got a job that you work at, people you spend time with. So this is where we're giving out energy. So where are you giving that to, and how many friends are you supporting? What kind of friendships are they? Are they fun? Do you have a lot of fun times with them, or are they demanding or challenging? And so you can start to look at that, is where did the drains come from? Where are you leaking out that energy? And especially it's most important if you're heading towards, really important, towards burnout. And you've got to be aware of where we're leaking this energy, because we don't have much energy at our disposal at this point. And that can then lead us to feeling depressed and anxious. So ask who or what leaves you feeling exhausted or depleted. Learning to shield your energy doesn't mean closing it off, but choosing consciously what nourishes you and setting energetic boundaries as an act of self-respect and empowerment. So, for example, it's really important for me when I get up in the morning that I do the things that make me feel good, like, have a shower, prepare things for the day. I'll get my desk ready if I'm working at home. look at the tasks that I've got to do. But I don't really want to be getting any external influences from that. So unless it's an emergency, I keep the contact low from the external. I don't have the TV on or the radio on, and I'm not picking up my phone and reading text until I'm ready, until I've done the work that I need to do for myself to get into the space where I start thinking about how am I going to best utilize the time that I've got this morning or the whole of today. So it's worth considering who or what. So aspects of our job can leave us feeling depleted, or you know, we're not happy, say, with a particular task. And aspects can be fun and thrilling. You know, there were certain projects that when I did it, I really enjoyed it, and other projects where I was more bored, and or they didn't work out in a way that just felt like you were, you know, achieving that much. So learning about that is a real skill, and something we often have to consciously apply more regularly as we're starting to connect with this simple idea of, if we want to feel better, happier, and healthier, what is getting in the way of that? So then you can create a daily ritual to clear your energy. So trying a visualization or protective light, or using sage or sound to reset your space. If you're new to this, very simple practices like noticing your mindset and then setting the intention to have a good day, a prosperous day, productive, that you're going to enjoy your work, you're going to focus on 3 key goals, and then imagine that anything else connected with you, that you dissipate from that, you work on your energy. So I do that through my yoga, that when I'm doing my yoga practice, the sun salutation, I'm working on releasing and letting go of anything that doesn't belong to me, and clearing my own energy field, and then working on the energy that I want to feel. You can even imagine that you've got a light around you, protective light. If you are spiritual, religious, you can call your higher power just to help create that protective bubble around you. And if you are going into a workplace, as some of my clients are, where it's highly stressful and you've got a lot of critical people around you, then it's more important to get yourself in a really good space so that you don't find that you get drawn into some things that just create more angst. So the journal prompt for this is, who or what drains my energy regularly? What boundaries can I set to protect my well-being? So the other one might be the times of the day you're free to take calls, whether that's clients or family members. Certain times of the week that you don't want disturbed by anyone, when you want that time to yourself, and how it feels when you say no or remove yourself from toxic energy. What happens then? So notice those things, and just one step at a time, and then notice what happens when you give yourself that time and space, of how much more energized you might feel, how more focused you are, and how less disrupted you are, so you can get on and do the work that you need to do. So research on this, on emotional contagion and social neuroscience, reveals how negative emotional states can spread like a virus, impacting mood and cognition. Boundaries and energy protection techniques help maintain emotional regulation and reduce stress-related health risks. Practices like mindfulness and intentional distancing improve resilience. So that's from the research in psychology, and there's a lot talked about this in the spiritual spheres as well. So there is a real crossover when we think about how we capitalize on the time, energy, and resources that we've got, and how we need to be really mindful about what interferes with that. And the book recommendation with this is The Emotionally Absent Mother by Jasmine Lee Corrie, and the song Energy by Disclosure featuring Amini and Slowthai. So hopefully that has been helpful, and carry on doing the things that help you connect with how you're feeling, so you can notice when you transition in and out of those good energy states. If you haven't liked and subscribed, like and subscribe to my page, because I've got loads of extra bonus videos coming out and workshops. And if you're ready to have a 3 strategy session with me, kickstart session, then contact me on mailgbb555@hotmail.com, or if you're ready to book, follow the link below. We can have a one-off conversation if you want to explore just putting a plan in place, and about the workshops that I do and group work, if you prefer to do something in groups. So, yeah, keep doing the good work, and we're probably halfway through this journey now. So make sure you're using your journal, keeping notes, and then checking back at the progress that you're making. So I wish you well, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.